I don't think it'll ruin. I think it's part of. I think you just have trouble letting yourself enjoy the victories, you know? And I think it's because you have standards for yourself. Like, you don't.
Because I know what, like,
top
tier.
You don't celebrate
quality.
your B+. You're like, I know I can get an A. I know I can go better.
I don't know if, like, I know at this point in my career,
So you're Reed, by the way.
I can't be as good as the people I look up to.
Right.
We'll say that. I just can't. I'm trying to be the funniest I can be for where I'm at right now.
And it wasn't that on that specific night, if you feel like.
Right. There are certain nights where I go, yeah, that's
those are few and far between for me.
I thought you were talking about me. I was like, thanks, George.
For me, they happen like once, maybe 4 times a year that I have set that I'm like, okay, that's how that's supposed to go.
Yeah.
But most of the year.
That's fair. Yeah. 4 to 6 times a year.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even say that those sets for me, I crush it. Like, I have I fucking crushed it like once or twice every 4 to 5 millennia.
I think I've had 3 times in my career where I've been like, okay, I killed it.
But those are fun, and it's like chasing the dragon almost.
Yeah.
You're like, you can't help it now.
That's why we keep doing it. But you know that you can get there.
Yeah, that's important too, I think, though. You're right, because it's not like I've never crushed, but it's like you taste it for a second. You're like, oh, fuck, all right.
Yeah, dude, fucking sometimes the planets align, and like the right people are there.
Sometimes it's just because you're a Scorpio that you can do it well on that night.
Yeah, in March, not during your astrological sign.
What's one of those? All right, that was a great set moment for you. Fuck. A recent one for me, I think, was our show at Back to the Grind.
Oh yeah,
but I got lucky, and every time I crush, I feel like it just feels like I got lucky, you know.
I had a decent set that night, but it wasn't because considering I was filming it, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. Shit.
So much silence, so much thought,
dude. There was because there's been times like at the Hideaway, like on a Thursday night, where.
Those good sets feel good too,
dude.
Because you really earned it. It's like getting $20 for your set almost.
If you do really well there, dude, it's so fun. It's like if everybody's in, it's game on.
Yeah,
I've had dude.
Anyway, I was gonna say that like I every time I crush, I almost feel like I can't take responsibility for it because I go up during an early show where people still happen to be paying attention. They're that perfect amount of intoxicated where they still had money. They're like, fuck it, give me a double.
You want them to buzz.
Yeah. And I go up and it's easy, Yeah. So it's I don't know necessarily that I have the ability to crush consistently, like in my skill set. I think the planets do have to align. But I do think it's important for relatively new comics to find that as quick as possible.
Yeah. See, I don't think I've told anybody this, but recently I've felt like, okay, I should be able to go on stage every time and do well. Not kill, but like get my laughs where I should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what. I've had that feeling. I don't know if like I don't know if that's just like overconfidence, but I just feel like my sets have been going well. And I don't know, I just feel good about it. And that doesn't normally happen to me. So I've been trying to ride that wave.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think my bar is just really low. Like if I think I should be at the point where I go up on stage and I'm not gonna bomb the whole time.
I guess I expect myself to do better than the vast majority of other comics on the lineup.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, it's also time in the saddle as well. How you've been doing it. Maybe not for over like a duration if you measured it by weeks, but you go up fairly often. 3
or 4 times a week
at the very least. Yeah. Could be doubling up one day and go out to LA or something. So I think it's just the stage the stage time is the reason you feel that way.
Yeah.
You're just comfortable there because. When you first start, you're too nervous, to really settle, relax, and kind of express yourself. You're being a weird packaged form of yourself, and it's hard to get out of until you can relax on stage and kind of just, all right, let's see how this goes. And so I think once you can get to that point, then it's like, oh yeah, all right, now if they don't laugh, that's my fault. Like,
yeah,
because I know how to do it at this point.
Right.
I know the basics, and I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
So, and you're humble. Some people are just fucking assholes. I'm gonna crush every, like, no. You're very pragmatic. I think that's what I enjoy about you and your sets.
What's weird on stage, like, I'll, like, if I do a joke and I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, there's no way that's not funny, and people don't laugh, like, I'll still be like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you do it again, maybe on a different stage or in a different way.
Try it a few different ways.
Yeah.
And after, like the first few times you tell it, and you're like, I feel like there's something there, but they're not laughing. You're like, either they're not getting it or I'm not expressing it right.
Yeah. The way I always describe it is that it's like I can smell that there's something in there, like a drug dog looking for some shit. It's like, no, if I go in this direction, I'll find it.
It's like a spidey sense.
Yeah, a comedy sense. I mean, it makes you funny, and I think
it's a funny bone. But
I never hit that. I don't think I'm funny necessarily, but like I just have the good sense of what is funny.
Right.
So I agree in that sense, I guess.
But dude, have you ever like seen something that like a lot of people are like, this is so funny, and you're like, nope, I'm not into it. And then like a few years later down the line, you come back to it, and you're like, oh, I just missed it.
I did that, yeah, and then it's like, oh, I just wasn't good enough yet. I couldn't. That weapon's too high of a level for me. I haven't met the level requirement for that. Right. I can't use it.
I was talking about like other people's shit.
Oh,
or
when
like,
they're like saying, "Oh, I have something that's funny."
Not even necessarily like stand up, but like movies or like TV that like other people were into that like you were like, I don't find this funny, and then later on you were like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, definitely.
I had that with Trailer Park Boys. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
When I was in college, my roommates would watch it, and I would just like see like random episodes, and I'd be like, this is fucking stupid. This is so dumb. And then like after I moved out here and I had a lot of free time, I was like, all right, I'm going to start this from the beginning and like watch it all the way through. And you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is 100% intentional across the board. Like, it doesn't come off as one of those shows that is like purposefully making certain jokes, but it's like, oh, this is meticulous and well written and planned out. Not just like, it just seems like blah, thrown together, but it's actually
especially if you see it not in sequence like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like,
it's so random. But dude, that show is so funny. It's so good.
Yeah. And I guess going back to that funny sense, that I don't know if I have a good funny sense, because you know when you write a joke and you're like, okay, this is funny, and then the part of the joke that you didn't think was funny becomes the punchline, and you're like, I don't know why it ended there though. Like, apparently that part gets laughs, and I have to end the joke there now, but I want it to end up over here, but I don't understand. So it's like, I don't know. I've been describing it as bottling lightning, I think, at this point, and I think I just have to be there at the right time, the right place.
Yeah.
And
I think as far as like how those bits go, like that's just like cutting the fat.
I guess so.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I do. I'm thinking of a very specific joke that I'm working on now that I'm like, I don't know why it's funny there. Whatever. Fuck.
That's so annoying.
It's very annoying. I hate it.
You're like, I want it to be funny over here.
And I'm honestly, it's still such a new bit that I'm like, I'm going to keep doing it like this until it's funny here.
I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah. And that's the fun part though. Every time I'm not having fun doing comedy, it's because I'm not writing. And then it's always like, why am I not writing? Well, I'm busy. It's like, no, I'm just being lazy.
Right.
And I forget that when you're working on stuff, it's fun again.
Yeah. See, I've been trying to, since, are we recording this? How's this working?
I am recording this now, yes. So don't use names, unless you want to.
Since we had our visitor at the getaway, I adjusted my glasses when I said that. Since we had our visitor, and it went well, I'm like, okay, like, I need to get prepared for, like, a real set and a long set if I'm going to try to do, like, clubs.
Yeah.
So I have like a list of I'll show it to you. Just a list of jokes.
Yeah, I have the same. I have like all the jokes that I've written that I write down as set list titles.
Like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I feel like that's definitely 15 minutes.
Have you timed it yet?
No. I haven't been able to do it all together.
Oh. I mean, we'll just say it out loud. You know where you expect the laughs to be at that point. You're all familiar with those jokes.
I can't stay on track like that when I'm not on stage. Like, I can't. I've tried to do that where I'm like, okay, I'm going to think through my jokes, and I get sidetracked.
Oh.
I can't do it. But what I'll do is, like, I'll just pick, like, a chunk, and I'll do that chunk.
Yeah.
For, like, 5 minutes. You know, like, I have 5 minutes, so I'll do the first. I'll start at the beginning and get as far down as I can in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Or I'll start, like, in the middle, like, just do a middle chunk. So then I can just, like. But it's still not the same. Because in each of my sets, if I'm going to talk about my girlfriend, I have to do certain jokes to kind of set up. You kind of
strap that chunk together, and it's like, that's 4 minutes. Like, if I'm going to do that.
Right. And then it's like, but I have other jokes that I want to do, but if I don't do it with those, it like doesn't set them up right, and it'll just probably come off racist.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. And I never thought about your material like that, because like I know that you're not a racist person, so like that's not the basic flavor that I have with you. But I've always tried to treat like my jokes. Aaron thinks I'm a psychopath. I don't disagree, but I've always tried to treat my jokes kind of like a Pokemon roster, where it's like they're all their own little tool for their own specific event. And
this is a water joke.
I mean, I guess I do have a water joke, but I think of them as like a level tool. Like, you know, my opener is going to be a level 36, pretty general Pidgeotto that I can use anywhere, and it's something. You know, I want them all to be at the same level so that no matter what chunk I put together, they may not flow, but they're going to get the level of laugh that they're supposed to get, because the joke on itself is still sharp. I know the words, I know the flow, and so I try to do everything individually so that I don't run into that. But I also don't do any racist material, really, where like I need to win the audience's trust early on. People seem to trust me for some reason. I'm very disarming, I've come to find.
It's because you're Asian.
Probably.
People trust Asian
or they're
people.
not sure if I'm Asian. They're like, we'll see. We'll fucking see. Don't freak out yet, guys.
You also kind of come off as like maybe trans. So like they're like, well, we can't talk shit. So fucking laugh. No, fucking laugh.
He's cute, I think.
All right, can we cut that part out? That might get me in trouble. Okay.
It's still your read. We are like 10 minutes into this, guys. Welcome.
Okay. Oh, dude, fuck it, dude. We can do an ad drop in the middle, bro.
Fine.
Is that how it works?
I don't know. We'll experiment on this.
That's how we're gonna do it.
The buddy system experiments with anything. We're like, what? It works? Don't do it again. I'm trying to figure out how to set up Whirlingtons, where it's like, I understand the acoustics can be an obstacle in that room, but it's also like, yeah, it's a rectangle. There's not a whole lot I can do about that.
It's also just all windows.
Yeah.
And high ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Like, I try. I'm trying, guys, but if you have any suggestions, let me know.
It's fine. I think I like it up against the wall.
Where I was last time?
Yeah.
Where like I'm set up on the wall with the bar and all the condiments.
That's where I think the comedian should be. That's the stage.
Yeah. That's so much
Then
effort.
You don't have to put a stool up there. Just use the bar.
But that's so much effort.
What do you mean?
I have to move tables.
I'll help you. No, I won't. I can't get there on time.
And I have to move them back at the end of the night. Everyone's all outside being friends.
I mean,
and
that's
I
fair.
gotta drag
that's
that
fair.
shit.
You ask for suggestions, and then you're just gonna fucking make excuses to not do
all right,
it.
I'm asking for minions then. Please help me, guys.
Minions to follow my directions.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Today we're talking, guys, welcome to a ranty episode of Gameboiz. If you do comedy, hopefully that beginning part was helpful. If it's still there, I don't even know. I might take it out in post-production. We'll post it on our Patreon that you guys should totally give us money for. We're trying to...
We have a Patreon?
I mean, we're gonna, because I want that car.
Yeah, I know, me too.
It's so cool.
Speaking of, fucking this episode is brought to you by Laguna Motors. Not sure if I should have said the F word leading into that, but this is how it is, man. We make car buying easy here at Laguna Motors. Why waste time with Craigslist clowns and sled lots with trailer offices? Buy with ease. Buy with confidence. Come down to beautiful South Orange County and buy from Laguna Motors. Follow us on Instagram at Laguna Motors or visit us at LagunaMotorsOC.com. That's LagunaMotorsOC.com.
Prices of participation maybe.
I know. Dude, do you think those dudes, how do they do that? Do they just read it normal and then speed it up?
Speed it up in post. I think that guy at the end that reads off like the fucking side effects to medicines, I think he gets sped up. Yeah. But I think the other people just really good at enunciating, you know?
I don't know, man. Some of those people, it's like, why aren't you a rapper then?
Because they don't make money. That's why. They're like, I'm blinging. Yeah, that's because they gave you $500,000 in advance, and you have to pay for your own studio time. Did you not think about that?
Do you think that they practice those, or do you think they just go in and read them?
I bet it's never take one. Okay, I shouldn't say never, but I bet 98% of the time.
There's got to be some gangster ass voiceover dude that just walks in and just and then just bounces.
Call him Take One Tony.
Oh my god, I want to find a real ad for like fine print. I want to try to read it.
All right, we're gonna witness the first podcast seizure. He's just gonna glitch. And then there's always that right at the end of the commercial. It's now, or it's fun. I like it. Do you find which one are you gonna read?
I don't know.
It's got to be OxyClean, right? Does OxyClean have? No, you got to.
What do you want me to do?
It's got to be an antidepressant. The side effects. Just read the side effects of an antidepressant.
Okay.
Pick a
antidepressant.
Antidepressant, uncle depressant. They're sad folks.
All right. How fast do they go on these?
How much time they got left? Like they're like, yo, we got 47 seconds of side effects. They're like, all right, well, this is gonna be a slideshow commercial.
All right. Common side effects of antidepressants include nausea, increased appetite and weight gain, loss of sexual desire, and other sexual problems such as erectile dysfunction and decreased orgasm, fatigue and drowsiness, insomnia, dry mouth, blurred vision, constipation, dizziness, agitation, irritability, and anxiety.
That was dope as fuck.
That was pretty good, right?
I'm not gonna touch it, and I want people to be impressed as well, because that was fun to watch. Why don't I bet those exist. I'm gonna go down a video
YouTube rabbit hole
just
later.
watching people read shit fast. What'd you do all day? I'll watch a bunch of white people do shit quick.
Can you actually cut that out and send it to me? I want to put it in my portfolio.
That's portfolio worth. That and your EA Sports. I think you're secretly One Take Tony. I think.
Can I be, please?
You cracked them off both. Very fresh. I'm a little jealous. All right, I'm gonna find a new co-host.
Video game developers, fucking hit me up, man. I'm available.
Yeah, some side effects of video games may include.
I'm available for voiceover work, man. Hit me up.
My dream voiceover job, I told you this, is I want to voice a superhero.
Which like a new one?
I'm setting the bar low in my head and say any superhero.
Adobo Man?
Yeah. No, dude, I could be Wave.
What the fuck is Wave?
She's a Filipino superhero.
Did we play the music?
Nope.
Now we did. Cool. All right, we'll do it there.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
This is a on track podcast, guys. Welcome. I play Wave.
Games.
I think I would want, everyone wants to be Batman, you know? So it's like there's that.
Dude, that's real talk.
Yeah.
But do you want to be Batman or do you want to be Bruce Wayne? You know what I mean?
Batman.
Okay, word.
I like the Batman, like especially the Justice League Batman where everyone's trying to get information from Deadshot, and Superman can't do it, Wonder Woman can't do it, and Batman just pulls Deadshot aside, and you don't hear what Batman tells Deadshot, and then he goes, "All right, I'll tell you." Like that intimidating. Like everyone wants to be that Batman.
Yeah, Batman is scary.
Yeah.
He definitely does bring that like fear to like the criminal. You know what I mean? Like, that's interesting. Yeah,
it's Gotham City. But my backup too, I've already thought about this, is Green Lantern, either maybe a Hal Jordan or the Flash.
Jordan?
Hal Jordan is one of the Green Lanterns. Hal.
Yes. Oh, I see.
Hal.
Is he
Filipino? No.
Yeah, oh.
There's that Wave is the first Filipino superhero, but it's a girl.
Wait. Oh, you could definitely play that still.
That's why I said I could do Wave.
Yeah, you could do that. I feel like the Green Lantern is a great way to introduce other races into superhero movies.
They do that. There's a Muslim Green Lantern.
There you go.
He's got a gun too.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and there is a girl Green Lantern, so it's cool.
The Muslim one, all he does is just go around saving pigs.
I mean, yeah, he does save the cops from being killed from the supervillains. And yeah, super.
Imagine how many fucking punchlines you could have with that.
Yeah,
shitty quips.
If you have the right artist and the right writer, they'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Who would you voice? If you could pick any Justice League.
I mean,
or Spider-Man. Do you think you'd be a good Spider-Man?
I mean, based on that ad read, I feel like I should do the Flash. You know what I mean? While he's running, he's like, side effects include. I don't know, dude. I'm not really that big of a superhero person. I'm looking at your poster over there. I don't know what the one on the bottom left is.
On the right side?
Left. No, yeah. Oh, shit. I didn't even see that one over there. Yeah, the bottom left of the left one.
Bottom left, that's Hawkeye.
Don't even know who that is.
Jeremy Renner.
Can we go through? Oh, okay. Fuck him. Can we go through all of those?
Yeah, so we're gonna go, guys. We're looking at a poster in my in my apartment. We're gonna go left to right. So that's Vision.
Vision? What? Okay.
Vision's the red dude with the cape and the laser that shoots out of his forehead. He's made out of vibranium, which, for the nerds, doesn't make sense that his body can still be ripped apart, but whatever. Vision, Thor, Nick Fury. We still on track yet? So Vision, Thor, Nick Fury, Black Widow, Captain America, War Machine, Falcon, the Incredible Hulk, Captain Marvel, which just came out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
honestly, pretty mediocre of a movie, but
That's
whatever. Hawkeye, Iron Man, and Black Panther.
Okay.
So.
Well, and then the other one.
the other one, that's the
Green Lantern.
DC. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Wait.
Yeah, I have Marvel on one end and DC on the other. Because I'm a nerd. Yeah, I'm shocked that I ever get laid. I don't, but I'm shocked that anyone's letting me put money anywhere near them.
Anyway, dude, the Hulk would be fun to voice. Hulk smash! Because you'd have to do both, you have to be like
Bruce Banner
and the Hulk. Thor would be cool because you get to say cool interstellar shit.
My favorite Thor line is where he's drinking coffee for the first time in a diner, and he's so used to just being served, he slams the cup down and goes, "Another!" Just demand.
Yeah, dude, I want to be a fucking fantasy character. That sounds fun as shit. I don't know who War Machine is either.
He's the Black Iron Man.
I'm in. I'll do it. Hey, I'm here.
It's Don Cheadle.
Really?
Yeah. Don Cheadle's War Machine.
Oh, that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Did you want to go? Can you name anyone on the right one?
Yeah, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. I can't see the top right. I can't see what it is.
It's Green Arrow.
I probably wouldn't have got that one. Flash, Superman. I can't see the one on there one either. That's dark.
It's Cyborg.
Oh, don't know who that is. I don't know who that girl is either.
Hawk Girl. Sorry.
Hawk Girl. That's stupid. Okay,
yeah.
Keep going. I can't see the other ones. There's glare.
Oh, Batman, Supergirl, Aquaman, Shazam. I guess now we're calling him. Yeah. It's interesting. There's a Captain Marvel in both Marvel and DC. Shazam is also Captain Marvel for the DC. Yeah, that happens. It's weird.
So isn't there crossover? Because doesn't Superman be a part of I'm so
I mean, they've happened. They've done crossover issues, but for the most part, they're pretty independent.
Yeah, but when they do the Avengers and shit, that's solely there.
It's solely Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice League's all DC, and then far right bottom is Martian Manhunter.
No idea.
John Jones. He's from Mars.
Cool.
and he's also in the Supergirl TV show.
Oh.
And because they were trying to be progressive, his human form is black, which always confused me because he was like I'm gonna choose whatever's gonna be the safest, most discreet form, and he chose a old black dude, and I was like, that's the wrong form.
Nice.
Don't do that.
Nice.
People are gonna notice.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna look at you. I feel like that's DC. I feel like DC has the better superheroes.
You think so?
Yeah, except for the Hulk.
Why do you? So you're DC over Marvel? Why?
Well,
what about the characters appeal to you more?
I don't fucking know, but Batman and Superman are definitely the two most badass. So you already got hands up. The Hulk is probably the most badass of all of them because he's just fucking just breaks shit. And that's just,
his power is roid rage.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's fucking intense, so that's cool. They should make a Hulk game. Have they made a Hulk game in a minute?
Probably, but probably only like movie-based Hulk games.
I want it to play like Rampage. Remember Rampage?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude, that would be fun.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah,
I did not.
I liked it.
Do you think it's dumb enough for me to enjoy? I'm gonna enjoy it. Let's be real.
Yeah, dude, you like The Rock, right? I mean, everybody likes The Rock. He does a really good job, I think, because he's acting with a green screen giant monkey. He does a pretty decent job.
Yeah, he was basically doing green screen acting when he was wrestling. So
yeah. Dude, you know how good of an actor you have to be a wrestler, really?
Yeah, to be that captivating.
Yeah.
In front of like
a live audience?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
And to be in your underwear?
So confident. You have somebody else shave your body for you?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Just throw your sweaty ass elbow pad into the crowd like that?
Do you think that they let their pubes grow? They're like, well, they don't let me grow anywhere else. It's like cops with mustaches. They're like, I can't fucking grow hair anywhere else. So
no, I think naked The Rock looks like he's chiseled out of brown marble.
Yeah, that's
no hair, zero.
Like you could take him and make him into your countertop. And it would be.
You could drive your motorcycle across his chest.
Yeah. You could sell him at an auction.
No, you couldn't. He's priceless. No one's going to sell that shit. That gets stolen from people's collection.
Dude, when he dies, I hope that I'm just going to make myself into a statue and sell myself for for homeless people or some shit like that.
He has to. They're gonna try and cremate him, and it's not gonna work. They're gonna be like, oh, he's really The Rock.
Like, what do we have to turn him into lava? The fuck? We throw him in a volcano.
Yeah.
No, I want to like Han Solo him and fucking
and carbonite.
Yeah, and sell him. You know how much money you would make, dude? You know how much The Rock
even Jabba the Hutt wanted to sell Han Solo, though. I'm telling you, it's a priceless item that's never going to leave the collection.
Yeah, and that's just Han Solo's bitch ass. It's not The Rock. The Rock is the most fucking famous actor in the universe.
Yeah. He is going to die and just turn to stone. It's going to be one of those
We're going to be
legends.
Like, wow, he wasn't joking.
I told you guys.
Like, just imagine that meeting with WWF. He's like, I'm The Rock. And they're like, that's a good nickname. He's like, no, I'm The Rock. They're like, okay, dude, we get it. That's your character. And they're like, no, I mean, you'll get it eventually. This is so stupid.
He's gonna die, but it's gonna be mid-transformation. He's gonna look at the nurse and just be like, well, I tried to tell them.
And that's what his statue is gonna be like?
Yeah,
like
with his fucking eyebrow like,
If the eyebrow is up, dude, that makes you know how much that increases the value? We're talking billions, dude.
It's not gonna leave the collection. It's gonna be Donald Trump's personal foyer entryway. I have The Rock.
I'm putting it on a skyscraper. I'm going to take him. I'm going to put him on the top of my skyscraper. It's going to be the tallest building in the world.
And I think we just wrote the beginning of the next Rock movie. In the future, he's going to emerge from this rock 3,000 years later. It's going to be like Demolition Man all over again. He's like the two seashells.
There's no way he would agree to do a movie where he is actually a rock at one point. He's like, no fucking way, you guys. I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson now, okay? I'm not just a rock. Oh, shit.
We are talking about superhero guys.
How long
That's why we went through those, the poster. I don't even know.
How long until The Rock plays a superhero?
I mean, he is a superhero.
I mean, that's true.
Like, did you not... Hobbs and Shaw, like he literally jumped from a building in Dubai, didn't he?
I didn't see that shit.
Like, they're flying through the air. The only reason they're not like superheroes at this point is because they don't have Marvel or DC attached to them. Like,
right.
If you put Marvel on The Rock at this point, you're like, oh yeah, that's just the Black Punisher now. He just fucks everyone's day up with a smile. Though.
Right. Are there any of those that haven't been depicted in a film?
Not
yet?
Anymore. Captain Marvel was the last one on that poster. So everyone,
the one on the left, top right, who's that again?
Nick Fury. That's Samuel L. Jackson now.
Oh, okay. I guess you missed the boat, Rock. Sorry
no,
about
he
it,
didn't.
He could just be the next Green Lantern. You can just make it whoever you want.
Yeah, you can. He can probably do a dope black Green Lantern. What's his name?
I used to watch
Jon Stewart.
I think it was the Justice League cartoon, and the Green Lantern was a black dude in that one. I always just assumed that the Green Lantern was a black dude. I didn't know that it changed.
No.
That's why when they're like Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Is he gonna pull like a fucking Robert Downey Jr.?
That would be amazing. Fucking Deadpool Green Lantern as blackface. Oh yeah. I'm in.
Yo, how can you can't play two superheroes? That's not fair.
A lot of them have at
really?
this point. Yeah. So, Steve Rogers, what's his name? Chris, God damn it. I'm blanking on his name. Captain America was also, the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movie.
That's the same. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was also
Janie's
got a gun from Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, that
what?
Not related, but okay.
And he was also he played an actor who played another superhero in Scott Pilgrim. He's done a lot of like superhero esque.
Isn't it weird how like people just fall into categories in acting? Like,
I mean, it's typecast.
There are like horror actors. Isn't that weird?
No.
I think that's weird. That it's like you can watch a bunch of horror movies and see like the same people, but they're not really in other kinds of movies. That's just strange to me.
Maybe they're just not good enough actors, and you can't see past them. You can't see the character that they're portraying on screen.
Whoa, dude.
Well, horror movies are always low budget, so you can't afford the greatest actors.
Which should be the most high budget kind of movie.
No, I disagree.
Why?
My favorite part about horror movies is the fact that they have to be clever. Like they're like, we have $1,000 for this scene. It's like, well, everything looks great.
Nope.
It's good film work and it's fun. It's like, oh, you got me scared and you didn't show me shit until the last 2 minutes of the movie. Good for you.
That's not fun to me. I want monsters and shit and shadows moving. That's what I want.
If it's done right. The Haunting. Have you seen that from like '97 with like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Owen Wilson?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that one was good CG work as well. That had a good budget.
Do you think it's weird when horror movies are PG-13?
Yeah, pisses me off.
Yeah, it's like, what are you planning on
I don't
doing?
watch it. If it says PG-13 and you got me with the trailer, I automatically don't.
How can Owen Wilson lose his head and there's no blood?
Because it was a lightsaber.
Oh,
it immediately cauterizes the wound.
Right, of course.
Yeah, it was so sharp that.
What else would it be? So there haven't really been that many superhero games. I mean, Spider-Man was the most recent one. Obviously, Batman has had a successful video game. What do you want to call it?
Run. I mean, I guess he's had a lot of different ones, but I would say that this Arkham arc.
Yeah.
Is
it's so good.
It's the Batman game.
It's so well done.
I've played 2 of them. I haven't played all of them, but I agree. It's like
I need to let you borrow the most recent one.
When you play Batman, you're like, oh yeah, this is what Batman's supposed to do.
They have a VR version.
Nice.
Did you know that?
I did not. I feel like you told me, and then I forgot it.
I'm not sure if my version has it. I'll have to look. But
yeah, that's recent. But I was looking up earlier, like how many superhero video games there are, and there are actually a lot, but a lot of them are just like
low budget, just
bullshit games. I would say most games that are based on movies have sucked in general.
Yeah,
like when the Spider-Man video games came out, where it's probably the first time I was like, oh, cool movie, cool video game, but that wasn't. Spider-Man didn't come out till 2002.
I remember playing a Spider-Man game on the computer. I think I got it through like a Kellogg's delivery. It was like a demo. But I don't remember if it was like part of a full game or if it was just like a thing for that alone. It was probably part of a full game, because why would you make something just for Kellogg's? You know, it's stupid.
I mean, that was the fucking cereal box days, I guess. I remember doing shit like that. Like, you could get fucking Racing Rat RC cars if you ate enough Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
And it was dope. I wanted it. I just ended up buying a Racing Rat at Walmart.
But you're a kid, and you can't fucking save shit to save your life. So.
I did. I really wanted it. Yeah. But then as soon as I had enough barcodes, my dad was like, "Who's gonna pay for shipping?" And I was like, "I thought if I got, man." So we just went to Walmart and I got it that way instead.
You just paid for it?
Yeah.
It was cheaper than the shipping and handling?
It was like a fucking $15 remote control car, and shipping and handling would have been like $8. But after buying like 90 boxes of cereal, you know, so you're paying like $100 for.
Was it expensive to get shit shipped to Hawaii?
Yeah. That's why I moved to California, was overnight shipping.
And are prices different at like McDonald's and shit?
A little bit.
That's so annoying. It must be annoying to see like a commercial and then have it
not available in Alaska and Hawaii.
And you have to like check to see if it is. Oh, is that here? Fuck.
Honestly, most times we all just assume it's not.
Yeah. That's so sad, dude.
Because like for a long time, I would see commercials for Sonic, and we don't have a Sonic out there. And I'm like, dude, this place looks awesome. And then there's one down the street, and I still haven't gone.
Sonic it's good.
But it's just, I've never been there, and I've seen those commercials my whole life, and
definitely get someone to bring you your food on roller skates. That's the whole reason you go.
Yeah.
Definitely go to a pull-in spot really far away from the fucking...
The one in Riverside, I believe, is a pull-in spot.
Yeah. My girlfriend used to work there.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. What?
She was a cashier.
Did you ever play this, like, Marvel vs. Capcom?
No.
No?
A little. I think I played a little bit.
Those were probably my first superhero games.
Really?
Yeah. Those fighting ones was the first ones I played. Because you could play those in the arcade, and so I played those before I had a PlayStation.
That's just a superhero-themed fighting game, though. That's not a superhero game.
So for you, there has to be a role-playing element to it?
Yeah.
You don't think it's just fucking dope to have, like, Injustice and
It's
like,
definitely dope.
Because Injustice is just like the superheroes and the supervillains, like So
it's definitely dope.
Is for you that's not a superhero video?
No, that's a fighting game. That's, you know what I mean? That's like Mortal Kombat.
So your definition of a superhero game is you are the superhero.
You're controlling you're in a situation where, like, in a normal, I guess not a normal situation, but like, you know, fucking
single storyline. Okay.
Yeah.
I would consider superhero game like Marvel vs. Capcom, you know, DC Universe and shit like that.
You also probably think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I don't know.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You can think for yourself. Good.
It's not even that great of a movie. So there we go.
So long.
There we go. It's dated. It's one of those like, oh, okay, this is what
Bruce Willis is buff, and that's the best thing about it. You know,
Bruce Willis is buff, and they have to buff his fucking head every scene because he's bald.
Being the person that buffs Bruce Willis's head.
You think there's not? It's not just a thing they put on his head at this point. He doesn't let anyone touch him. It's a hat that they've specially. It's a helmet that has little circular buffers.
I had this idea a couple years ago. I think somebody needs to make headphones that clean your ears.
That's oddly sexual.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sexual?
Someone's gonna listen to ASMR beat off.
It's just like a little, the way that it gets developed is just like a little tongue that just licks the inside.
Gross.
I just feel like, I don't know, man, like I wear headphones. Well, I used to wear headphones a lot more, but a lot of people wear headphones a lot, and it's just like, just get two things done. Like, you don't have to use Q-tips. Like, that's not good for your eardrums.
You shouldn't. Why
just push them in?
Why don't you just like scrub your ear out and when you're in the shower, just fucking get your washcloth and shove that shit in there.
I feel like that's not good for you.
You just let your ears exist. You don't even touch them. You walk.
No, I use a Q-tip, dude.
No, what?
Yeah.
Are you fucking packing a musket? Don't.
No, but I go around and like swirl. You know, I don't fucking like.
Oh, okay. I thought you were finger banging your skull hole or something.
No. But if you could get like headphones that have like vacuums, and it has just like a little compartment, and then you just empty it like a fleshlight almost.
Yeah, except nobody empties their fleshlight. They just buy a new one.
Well,
could you imagine being that guy that
At least it's not semen.
You're like, hey man, I thought I cleaned this.
Is earwax more disgusting than semen?
No. Earwax is just like oil and sweat buildup. Semen is oil, swelt, and sadness.
Baby making juice.
Baby batter. I think that's my favorite. It's called, someone called it baby batter, and I enjoyed it.
Anyway,
you know who else had there's a lot of Lego superhero movies. There was like the Lego Batman game,
those are good, dude. Those Lego games are good.
Lego knocks it out of the park with their entertainment division.
Especially their new one. The new Lego games are so fucking good. I played through both of the Harry Potter Lego ones because they do like years 1 through 4 and then 5 through 7, and 100% of them, no big deal.
Those sound like games that your mom buys you because she doesn't want to buy you games rated M.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is, like, they're really good games, so they're fun to play.
They are.
There's a new DC supervillains one that apparently is great.
Nice.
You get to create your own supervillain.
I never bought any of the Lego superhero games, but I played the shit out of like Lego Star Wars, the demo. Like the only other demo I played more than that was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the first one. And I played that shit all the time.
Yeah.
That was a great game. I don't know. Lego just seems to get it, you know? Their movies are kind of a miss sometimes.
The older games, I think the newer ones, they're starting to have dialogue. Whereas, like, in the old ones, they didn't have... Yeah, they would just make noises, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is supposed to be for kids. Like, they should be talking. It was just weird. But even though it's for kids, there's some parts where it's like, oh, if I want to, like, get 100% on this, I'm going to have to, like, figure some shit out here. You know what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of puzzle to it. I'm waiting for the supervillains price to drop, because I'll fucking buy it and play it. It's probably. And
then when you buy it, it's gonna be free to play the next month.
I think Lego's too good for that.
Probably they don't need to.
Yeah.
When the first Lego movie, like I always understood that Lego had a lot of partnerships with licensed likenesses and stuff, but I didn't realize how many until the first Lego movie. They do that round table thing right at the beginning of not like after the wizard scene, but you see all of Lego's properties. They're like basically flexing on you. Like we got fucking Superman. We got fucking Green Lantern. They had Jesus, I think. They had everything.
Oh
they had
God.
every little property, and it was crazy that they have such a, I don't know,
a hand in everything.
Yeah, like I bet the creators of Lego weren't like, let's make cartoon characters.
Well, I'm sure it's a partnership in that sense. It's like people like Lego wants to make Batman stuff, and Batman, the people that fucking run Batman, you know what I mean? Like the corporate people, they want to sell Batman shit.
True.
So it's
Lego's
all merchandise.
They've always been very innovative. Like even their marketing team and like their promotions team, they've always tried to be like cutting edge and just like things you don't think about but seem simple.
Dude, imagine the motherfucker with Asperger's that sits down and figures out how to build. Like the Death Star. It's like, who figured that out?
They do it by layer.
Do you think they have a computer program at this point?
I'm sure they do, but for a long time they did it on grid paper. They had Lego printed like specific size for squares because all the blocks are very predictable. That's why I didn't like when they came out with like new sized blocks. It's like, oh,
there's so many now, dude.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous, man. When I work with some of my kiddos and they'll like be playing with Legos and I'll like grab a piece. I'm like, what is this for? Where is this gonna fit? And then they're like, oh, fucking watch this shit. I have one kid that just like builds cars from scratch.
Nice.
And they're good.
Nice.
Are
they
good.
Standard Legos? Are they Lego Connects or?
No, he won't use anything other than real Legos.
Nice.
And
he's
he
a
refuses.
purist.
Yeah, he refuses.
Get that shit out of here. Here's a Lego Mindstorm thing. You can solve a Rubik's Cube. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. And dude, these cars, I'm immaculate. Like, there's no way. Like, it would take
Send me a picture next time.
I'll try. It would take me so long to build. Like.
With instructions.
Yeah.
And he just does it.
He just does it.
That's crazy.
It's fucking amazing.
That's crazy.
But he can't check the mail. So
honestly, I bet he works for Lego.
He does.
He does. Well, that was a 3,000 piece thing.
But at the same time,
3,000 pieces.
Yeah, I know, that would be so fun, dude. We should really look into getting that. What was it, a few $100?
Yeah. We could stream building that shit.
Hey, if I had time in my life, I would be totally down, but it sounds like so much fun. Do you think it would fit on your coffee table?
Yeah. I'd put a shelf. Like,
how big was it?
Put a wall shelf and just put it up somewhere. You know, like in the buddy system office.
Yeah, we need to get a studio.
And it's not even to flex on anyone. It's just, it would make our lives so much easier if this was all just in one place already.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway,
so top tier level of Patreon, you get a key to the buddy system office if you just buy it for us.
You can sleep in there. We don't care. Do whatever you want. Just give us money.
Yeah, just make sure the things are set up when we get there.
Yeah, turn the heat on. I feel like there needs to be a good Superman game. A good one, dude.
It's hard.
Why?
The character of Superman makes it difficult. You would okay, this is personal opinion, but the fact that Superman is so basically untouchable makes him difficult to relate to as a character because
That's what makes it fun.
He has very little, but then there's no progress. There's no grind in your game if you can do everything from the get-go.
But they always introduce fucking.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
aliens.
it would have to come in slow, and I think you'd have to make a game that would be like a Spider-Man-esque, but you're playing Clark Kent from a boy. Like, you can't just have all your Superman powers out the gate. Maybe you do,
and then you can decide to be a bad Superman.
That'd be dope.
That would
like
be
so
like a
Red
dope.
Dead honor system.
Dude.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be good. They'd have to call that one like Krypton or something, maybe. No, not Krypton.
Sure.
The fact that, this is nerdy, and this is probably news for you. The only reason Superman has his powers is not because people on Krypton have powers, it's because of the yellow sun, for those that don't know. And so...
Specifically the yellow sun?
Yeah. Because Krypton, I think, has a blue sun.
Oh.
And so their powers, it's different radiation.
Right,
so
they
store the radiation some other way. It's always fucking radiation. But, comic books came out in like the 50s, so that makes sense.
Yeah, Red Scare.
Yeah. But I was going to say a good Superman game, you'd have to... I can't believe I've thought about this too. So your intro to the game is going to be, obviously, you play as Superman, you have his powers, you're maybe fighting Lex Luthor or something, and Lex Luthor just knocks you the fuck out. He's got like a kryptonite brass knuckle. I don't know.
And then your life flashes before your eyes.
And then
you play up until that moment.
Yes, you have to relearn from the beginning. You land as a baby, it's all blurry, and then it's like, everything's loud as fuck right now, and then you have to learn how to hone in your ears, your hearing.
Oh yeah.
Then you can see through shit, but that causes problems because now you're walking into traffic and trucks are hitting you, and then
and you're fine.
Yeah,
you're a baby. You're just like the baby. Your baby just crawls onto the street, and a semi truck just like.
Yeah, and maybe to introduce the open world element, you keep it like it's maybe not necessarily an honor system in the beginning. Maybe it's like a recognition system where it's like if you keep doing shit that's like, he just threw that football through the wall, it raises your meter, and if it gets too high,
so fun.
If it gets too high, then you become maybe a villain or something.
I would love to be a bad Superman. That would be so fun.
Bizarro, I think is his name. He's a crazy Superman.
Yeah, and then a real Superman comes to fight you. That's your story arc, you know?
Or you can be like a clone of Superman and you thought you were the real Superman.
Sure, man. However you want to do it. Whatever works.
Superman's craziest superpower is that he flew around the world so fast that he turned back time.
Yeah, dude, that shit's gangster. That's badass.
That's so dumb.
I mean, it is what it is, it's Superman, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I like Superman, because it's just like, you can do whatever you want. Also, a Flash video game would be cool.
Yeah. I don't know how they do a fun one. How do you make speed fun? Because even with Sonic, it got kind of old pretty quick. It wasn't like this is efficient. Like when you play Assassin's Creed, the movement system, you're like, this is cool.
But the Flash can like fly, right? Sort of?
No.
He can't go like up and over?
He can, I guess he can go up and over, but he can't if he jumps, he can only jump so far.
Right. But if he's running.
Yeah, he can run up things. That's dumb too.
Up things?
Yeah.
No, that totally makes sense.
Okay, the amount of downforce you would have to put on your foot, and he can just run up glass buildings just fine.
He's the Flash.
Yeah, no, they've used the Speed Force to explain. The Flash is basically Superman 2. That's another issue.
Does he deflect bullets also?
He doesn't have to. At this point, he's
like Neo.
Kind of. kind of his cells react now.
Whoa.
The Speed Force is so ingrained in him that
so like his cell, like if a bullet hits him, his cells
doesn't
like
hit
open
him.
up.
It doesn't
and
hit
goes
him.
Through.
His cells like sense almost that impact, and his body just moves either out of the way or to intercept the bullet. So
Are you losing me?
it's a spidey sense at the very last second. So because he is the fastest thing on the planet, like he can react, he can grab the bullet out of the air, turn around if someone's shooting him from like behind. He doesn't have to see it. It's not a reaction thing. His body's naturally sensitive to things. It's dumb.
I still think it would be a cool video game. What else we got over here? Well, I mean, like Wonder Woman, like that kind of shit would be cool. Use the lasso of truth, bro. That'd be fun. It's like Red Dead.
I guess.
You should make Wonder Woman your fucking Red Dead character online.
Oh, that's a good idea.
If you could figure it out, like an outfit that kind of looks like it, it'd be so funny.
That'd be a cool Wonder Woman game, actually. Like you could just have Diana growing up again, all these fucking origin stories, because then you can build trilogies off of them. You have her growing up on Themyscira, and she's riding horses, and she's got to fight. Everyone else has the same powers as she does, so it's not like she's super strong. You just beat the shit out of other girls.
Right. Has there been an Iron Man game?
There has, not a great one. And it's, I don't know. It's weird that it's almost like you have to pick whether you're going to do a flight game or if you're going to do a boots on the ground, like role-playing game. And all of them want to try and do both. And I don't know if there's a way to necessarily do that. Not just, but because you're building two different games at that point to make it work. Like, I'm surprised that driving and role-playing in general in Grand Theft Auto works, but it's a very simplified version of both.
Yeah.
So to make a good Iron Man game, I don't know. I've thought about it, but I haven't come up with any.
I don't know. That one seems pretty, like you could do it.
I think you could do it, but it would be hard to make it not look like Super Metroid. You know, because that's what you are.
I mean, it would be like Anthem at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Anthem is essentially like Iron Man. Like suits, more or less.
Maybe that's how the developers started this game. They're like, we're gonna make an Iron Man game. We're gonna pitch it to Disney. They're gonna buy it, and then they didn't buy it. They went to Amazon, and they're like, you can't call this Iron Man.
A Green Lantern game would be cool because then you could make your own character.
Yeah,
you could just fucking however you want.
That's a great idea. Actually, I never thought about that. Yeah. That's an amazing. Yeah, because there's a whole core of them. That makes so much sense. And then you could have 2-player online and buddy cop missions. And
that'd be dope.
Yeah. They're doing a Green Lantern core movie, I believe.
Oh, really? It's about time.
Should be great. I mean, the first one wasn't exactly successful.
There was one?
Yeah, the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then I'm sure a game came out with the movie.
Ryan Reynolds. Where's Deadpool fall into all this?
Deadpool's a Marvel character.
So how come he's not on your posters?
That's Justice League and the Avengers.
Oh, sorry.
So they're not like,
they're not part of.
They're specific. They work together sometimes, but Deadpool's like an anti-hero almost. He's just Merc with a mouth,
He's a ranger. He's a rogue.
Yeah, kind of. There's a whole like publication of Deadpool when how Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. He just kills everybody. It's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting that you can have a character that doesn't fit but fits. Like, because I don't know if DC could do a Deadpool-esque kind of snarky, poke fun, break the fourth wall kind of like character, such an interactive character. Because they still like DC. I feel like tells stories that are like gods among us kind of story. Like, here are these people with these powers and these responsibilities, but Marvel on the other hand always starts with the character. Like, these are people that have powers, and they're not powers in general. Like Spider-Man, we know who Peter Parker is, we know his backstory, his emotional discourse,
right? And
so I've always been more Marvel over DC for that sense.
Why isn't Spider-Man on your posters?
That was probably a licensing thing.
Oh.
Honestly, because Spider-Man is one of kind of like an original Avenger as well.
I feel like Spider-Man is like one of the best superheroes.
He's certainly in my, like, he would be, not my, I don't know why I said my, but for most people, most of history, Spider-Man was top tier Marvel character. Everyone knew who Spider-Man was.
Yeah.
I remember having like a VHS of a Spider-Man series that like no one's heard about. So like they've tried every avenue of Spider-Man.
I mean, they have Ant-Man.
Yeah. That ended up happening. So like our current Marvel universe exists because of how they sold how Marvel sold their properties back in the day. Like instead of like, here's all of our Marvel properties, they're like, oh, can we have Spider-Man? And they're like, yeah. Then that was Sony. Sony bought Spider-Man and then Sony could do it. And then what Disney ended up getting was a bunch of B-bench characters that no one really knew. And they're like, all right, well, we got to make these work. So that's why now we have Guardians and we have like Captain America. And no one really knew who Iron Man was till 2007.
Huh.
2008-ish.
Way to go, Robert.
Yeah, crushed it.
Killing it.
Built the spine that the entire universe is on, and now we're gonna fucking kill him at the end of this movie that's gonna come out.
Everybody gonna die. I hope. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on in that movie series. I frankly don't care. Dude, superhero games are fun because it's like, it's one of those things where like that's why I don't like movies, because it's like, I can watch, like, okay, but like to do it is another thing. To be like swinging through New York City on your fucking web.
That's so cool.
It's so fun, dude.
So cool.
It adds such a different thing. Like, video games are so much better than movies.
Disagree. I mean,
okay.
You're looking for an experience, but
Okay.
watching movies
Okay.
is a sense of disbelief suspension. Like you got to kind of, it's like a Jesus take the wheel and you hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean,
I love movies. I used to go to movies by myself. That's one of the best ways to go to the movies.
Fun, but wouldn't you rather play video games by yourself?
Not all the time.
You're fucking.
Not all. I don't. Check out for 2 hours.
You're not going along with the theme of this podcast, bud.
I'm not, but I watch and I play almost all superhero things I can get my hands on. Like I'll watch The Flash and the Green Arrow on the CW. Both have been garbage shows for a little while now.
But like once it's over, it's over. Like you don't want to go back and rewatch it. At least in a video game, it's like I can just.
You would really enjoy DC Universe Online.
Yeah.
You should check that out. I think you can. Yeah, you can download it on PlayStation.
Yeah. For Frizzle.
Yeah.
Oh.
You build your own character. You have to choose from like, the basically Justice League skill set of powers. You can be a dude with no powers who can fight and is great with weapons. I don't know who that is.
That's no fun.
You're Batman. It's dope. But you can traverse and stuff, and you get like vehicles. You can be the Flash, and you can run up buildings. You can be a Wonder Woman. You can.
I want to fly.
Well, you can choose to fly. You can choose if you have a cape or what kind of boots you want. Like it's pretty. It's pretty dope.
I'm gonna go look for it.
Yeah, and you can also make a villain, so you can do that as well.
Okay, I might want to do that instead.
It's very fun. It was the first time I'd really played that. I think I'm looking for when it came out. I can't find it. I think I played it in like 2010 for the first time, and that was really the first like superhero role playing game I played since Spider-Man.
And that was like a MMO, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
See, that's dope. That's what I want to do.
It is. You're running around with a planet full of supers.
Yep.
It's strange that like there's been so many misses with superhero games too, especially like again games that seem to accompany movies. Kind of suck. It's like, here's what also happened. Don't sell me on your
dude.
bullshit.
Like I played a Transformers game after the first one came out, and it was such garbage. It was like PlayStation 2. It was so shitty. I will never buy a game that like comes after a movie that's like based on a movie, except for like Harry Potter, but that's more based on like the book, and even then it's like this shit never happened.
Yeah,
it's like, why are we doing this?
Why am I flying my broom through the Great Hall?
This is dumb.
Yeah, it's when you go through the toy section and you see all the different like Batmans that never happened.
Yeah,
this is like camo Batman. It's like Batman's a ninja. Why does he? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's like I'm surprised there's no like Aloha Batman at this point. Fucking flower print suit, maybe a flower print cape. Would be
grass
dope.
skirt,
grass belt.
Yeah,
that's what it is. and a fucking coconut for the
helmet
top. Stupid ass.
That should be a suit in the game, like your Spider-Man suit.
A Batman 5-0.
Yeah,
That'd be great. He's got flip flops instead of boots.
Yeah, that would be dope, dude.
Looks like you interrupted Batman in the middle of a martini, but it was Lego Batman, so he's just always Batman. It's like, this is just what I wear when I go to the beach. Alfred, get me another martini.
Alfred. Yeah, dude. Superheroes are cool. The Batman games crush. They're so like they take like elements from so many different game styles and just put it into one. It's just like puzzles, fucking like flying around and shit, fighting.
You know, the only thing I don't
stealth,
like, the only, like,
know?
games like that, and because Spider-Man's kind of the same way. It's
Yeah.
like, there's so many, it's so engrossing. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. What I don't like about it is when I'm done with those games, I feel like I'm smarter, but I'm not. Like, I feel like I know how to reroute a circuit to make the whole thing work, but I can't.
That's weird that you think that.
It's like, I'm smarter. I learned something here, and I feel so accomplished.
No.
And then it's like, this is not applicable anywhere.
I know. And you're just like, you play a game to just complete like the game and just like do more in the game, and then you like look at the clock and you're like, I really didn't do
Nothing.
anything.
Nothing. That was 4 hours. I did 6 missions.
Yeah,
Nothing.
but
Nothing
doing, I don't know, man. Getting further in games is so fucking like
Yeah.
rewarding for some reason.
I think as human beings, we are, maybe just as animals, we're trying to find things to be good at, because like we have that capacity to learn. And I think mastering, or maybe the journey towards mastery is rewarding for us, you know, and that kind of does it quick.
Right.
Like if you play a video game, you can feel progress, whereas like in real life, it's a lot slower.
It's slower. Yeah, that's true.
I think sometimes when people, because I try to be introspective, and I think when I get sad a lot, my trigger for my depression is not progressing in anything. Like if I've reached a plateau,
Feel stagnant.
Yeah. But it happens. It's like in everything I do, there's a point usually where it's like I've just plateaued. And it's like, all right, I usually just pick something that I am a little better at, and then I just do that until I break through. But I think humans just naturally gravitate towards wanting to learn and mastering a task, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So lazy people think they're happy.
Gives us
they're
something
not.
to do.
Yeah. We are busy bodies. We're bipedal.
Yeah.
It's
I definitely like when I have like a day that's like really long and like I'm just like on the go, just like doing a bunch of shit. It's like I'm tired at the end, but I'm not like fuck, that sucked. I was like, well, that was a
my
good day. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Like, I got shit done, I guess. Or I was busy. Like I don't know. It makes me feel like when I come home, I can just play video games. And
Yeah,
smoke
like you
some
earned
dope.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't.
What's an average, like, for those days when you have a good day and you're like, all right, I earned this fucking video game. How long would you say you sit down and just play? You're like, what's your reward for yourself?
Dude, if I can't play for an hour and a half, I'm probably not gonna play on most occasions. Cause if I have like a half hour, I'm like, what am I gonna play?
Do you know how long that Red Dead loading screen is?
Yeah,
that's
dude.
half my game
Like,
time.
I can't especially Red Dead. I need at least an hour.
Yeah. You get a fire. You should wake up at 4 just to fire up your PlayStation, let it load, and then it'll be ready by the time you get out of bed at 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Except I might get kicked from online for being idle.
No, you'll just get kicked because your internet sucks.
Yeah. It's more likely to happen.
Leave, sir.
I can't go 15 minutes. Yeah, you're right. What was I going to say? What were we talking about?
We were talking about superhero movies.
Video games?
Overall. Video games, yep.
What's this podcast
That's what
about?
I meant.
What is
just talking shit
What is
today.
this called? Where are we? What
year
is
is it? Damn it. You had the beard. I should have just let you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about. I think.
Is there a game that you want to see?
I want to see your Green Lantern game, honestly, that you brought up earlier. That was a really good idea.
Thank you.
That's fresh
Yeah,
It's dope.
it hasn't been done.
It hasn't.
I don't think I don't know if it'll sell though.
Why
not? I don't think people like Green Lantern. It's not like Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. You know.
Yeah, and I think knowledge is part of the problem. I want to say that I bet that game comes out after the movie comes out because I don't think a lot of people understand. But I don't think it's going to be related. I think
I hope it shouldn't be. Yeah, if they do it right, it won't be.
Just the average like superhero, I would say fan, not nerd, you know, whatever, there's tiers to that shit, but the average moviegoer doesn't understand that Green Lantern's not like a Batman, that Green Lantern's a core, it's a title, and I think so if they try to release a game before that knowledge is out there, they're gonna be like, what? Like, it's just there's too much of a mental hurdle to be like, oh.
Yeah, even with the new movie that came out with Ryan Reynolds, like, I don't know if it really, I mean, I guess I found out my own way. But it was like, that's okay. Dude,
the dude that did Sinestro in that movie, I know you don't care, but he was
I didn't even see it.
He was the perfect Sinestro. He's that British dude that plays a lot of butlers. I don't know, but he did perfect Sinestro in that movie, and it made me sad that movie's not going anywhere because it's such a good story. It's the only like whole character arc I've ever finished was Jeff Johns' run of the Green Lantern.
Huh.
It's with Hal Jordan and a few of the other Lanterns here and there. They team up.
See, that's probably like at the end of the game, dude. Like you have this whatever it is that's attacking the Earth that you're trying to save people from. Then you're like, oh, I can't fucking do this, and then other Green Lanterns show up, save you, help you.
That's usually what happens in general. Though,
yeah, that's true.
Everyone wants to fucking invade Earth sector.
That's the thing is like there's still, even though superhero games are fun, they're still predictable. Like when I was playing Spider-Man, I'm like, I know I'm not gonna fail.
Yeah, but that was cool because then you could do like, I wonder if this will work. Nope. All right, restart.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, I guess there was a little, since like they had was his name was Miles, right? The little kid.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Since they had him involved in the game, there was a part of me that was like, oh, maybe they're gonna kill Peter and Miles will take over as your character, kind of like how they did in spoiler alert in Red Dead 2 with Arthur, how they'll just like kill him off, and then what in the fuck is going on? Amazon package delivery. What was that?
I guess I have a delivery.
Was it a big one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you get? Can we open it together?
I don't know if it's mine.
All right, cool. I can't remember what
you were talking about Miles.
Oh yeah, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe they'll kill off Peter and like you can take over as Miles, kind of like how Red Dead did with Arthur.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
dope. Very
It would have been different. It would have been like, oh wow, like they let him die.
Yeah,
like, that's
but
crazy.
I mean, they did that in Spider-Verse too. You know.
What?
Like they Into the Spider-Verse, the story, like we see Peter die, and then the only reason Miles doesn't become the Spider-Man there is because the universe opens up and we get Spider-Gwen and Spider-Pig. So I think this game,
yeah, I guess
this game came out before that, but I'm sure they were aware that was going to happen, you know? Because I also feel like it was set up almost that way, in the sense that you very, very slowly you got introduced to Miles, and then you're like, oh, this is gonna go somewhere, and then it doesn't. Like, almost like they wrote half of it, started, and they were like, oh shit, did you hear? It's like, oh well, now we can't do that. Like,
how are they? Like, they're definitely gonna do a second Spider-Man game, probably when the PlayStation 5 comes out. I wonder how, if it'd be sweet if you could switch back and forth between Miles and Peter, kind of like how Grand Theft Auto 5 did with their characters.
Yeah.
That would be dope. Or like at certain times during the latest Batman game, you had help from like Robin or like other people in that circle.
Yeah.
And you would like switch back and forth and do different shit. Like you could use Robin to tell Batman to like attack that guy, and he'd just like drop down and take him out. It was pretty dope. So like I could see some stuff like that teaming up. But I don't know. It would just be like, it's a lot of extra shit.
Yeah. They also have the groundwork for most of it, though. So, I mean, they can play with that. I would really like to see them do kind of like a character switch off like that, but for villains as well. I want, maybe you understand a little more why, you know, the Kingpin is doing a certain thing, and then you fight him as Spider-Man. So it's like, you kind of almost feel like that. I don't want to kill him, that Spider-Man does, because you understand why he's doing this. It doesn't make it right, but it's like, oh, I also don't want to kill him. You kind of immerse you deeper into Spider-Man.
Right.
I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of extra shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that game's gonna come out and I'm gonna be here complaining like, dude, you know what? Just pick a game. Pick a fucking thing. Pick one thing you're gonna do and do it well. You know? I'm just gonna pick it apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're fun. They're escapes, I think. Do you have a favorite? Did you have a play? Was Batman your favorite superhero game?
I mean, the only one that has a fighting chance against it is Spider-Man.
Still Batman though?
I think Spider-Man was a more fun game. It was more,
what did it do better than Batman?
It wasn't quite as serious. Like, Batman was, like, so, like, very dark.
Yeah.
And, like, the Joker's
Dark Knight.
trying to kill everyone. It's just like, it's just like no holding back. I don't know. It was weird. Like, I don't know.
I get what you mean, because I felt the same way about Red Dead. It's like, it felt very dark, and you didn't get that sense of, like, this is for a reason. The emotion that you were feeling through the whole game was kind of just despair, whereas, like, in Batman, it sounds like you're always kind of in despair. Just
yeah. It's like, it almost, like, that...
You're like, can I have a night off? Fuck.
Yeah, you're talking about, like, suspense of disbelief, and it's like, you want me to believe that this whole thing takes a course over one night? Like, no fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
I put 20-something hours into this game. How the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Batman's body is not made out of fucking steel.
It's like he's like flying over here, fucking taking this out, ziplining immediately to the next thing. It's like, how you can't figure shit out that quick. You just can't. And it's also, like, very militarized. Like, it was always, like, here's these big-ass machines that are flying around, and they have, like, sights where they can zoom in on you, and it's like, dude, I just want to be Batman. That's why I like the beginning of Spider-Man, where you're just, like, going into, like, jewelry shops and stopping crimes and shit. That shit's fun, dude. That's what I like to see out of Superman, or, like, superhero games. Because it's like, oh, that's what a superhero is supposed to do. It's just, like, save the people.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
But then it's like there's always, like, some fucking alien force or some fucking bullshit that comes in later where it's like, really? Like, it has to be, like in the latest Batman game, an entire army just, like, takes over the city. And it's like, oh, I'm going to take out this whole army. It's like...
Good thing Alfred built me that Batcopter.
It's fucking ridiculous. and there aren't even, like, points where it's like, oh, I don't think he's gonna make it through this. It's like, yeah, of course, like, yeah. But in Spider-Man, it was like, oh shit, like, he might die here.
Yeah.
But I think if I was gonna play a game again, it would be Spider-Man.
It's just so fun.
It is very fun.
Every update, I hope they have new quips.
I don't. The swinging is a lot more fun than, like, the gliding in Batman for sure. Like, traversing places is way more fun.
Straightforward, I would say. Like, it's easier and it makes more sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. You get it. A pendulum swings. Like,
right.
Whereas Batman, you're like, I don't know how to fly something. I guess it works this way.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. I would say
game.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero game so far.
Yeah.
They really did knock it out of the park with that. Like,
they can make a few tweaks with controls and gameplay, but that's such minor shit.
Yeah.
For what it was great.
And yeah, gameplay got repetitive, I would say, a little bit, but a little bit. I get it. There's also so much variety that it's like, yeah, you're bound to do something again.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just trying to 100% the game. Then you're going to do something a lot.
Right. Most definitely.
All right.
Are we fucking done here,
we
George?
We are so done. I can't believe
cool.
you treat me like this with such disrespect. No, that was fun. I like superheroes all the time, any day. Closing statement, keep making superhero games.
Make good ones.
Yeah, don't waste our time with bullshit.
Yeah.
Make Spider-Man, make William Henderson's version of the Green Lantern Corps. That sounds great. Check us out on the Buddy System Co. podcast network. If you guys are doing comedy and you enjoy the first part of this podcast, check us out during the week, downtown Riverside at the Buddy Systems Co. on Instagram. I am at the George F on Instagram. He is at Duslim Henderson on Instagram. We have been Gameboiz. Bye.